Few people over 60 realize this, but the very pills meant to protect your health could be quietly destroying your memory. If you found yourself forgetting names, losing focus mid-sentence, or misplacing things more often, it may not be just age. Recent studies reveal that 5 common medications can accelerate memory loss after 60, even when taken exactly as prescribed. So ask yourself, are the pills you trust every day quietly stealing your clarity, your sharpness, even your independence? Today, I'll explain which medications can harm your brain, why they do it, and what safer science-backed steps you can take to protect your memory starting today. As a neurologist, I've met hundreds of older adults who believe forgetfulness is an inevitable part of aging. But in many cases, it's not age, it's chemistry. Certain medications, while helpful in one area, can silently interfere with how your brain cells communicate, how they absorb nutrients, and how they repair themselves. The damage builds slowly, one missed word, one forgotten name, until you begin to feel that your mind is fading. But the good news is, once you know what's causing it, you can stop or even reverse this decline. 1. Acid reflux pills, PPIs. Names like omeprazole, pantoprazole, esomeprazole sound familiar to millions. They work by reducing stomach acid, but that acid isn't your enemy. It's what helps your body absorb vital nutrients: vitamin B12, magnesium, zinc, and iron. When acid is blocked for years, your brain starves of these nutrients. Without vitamin B12, the insulation around your nerves called myelin weakens. And without proper insulation, brain signals start to misfire. You begin to feel mental fog, fatigue, confusion, and yes, memory loss. One long-term study showed that people taking PPIs for more than 4 years had a 28% higher risk of dementia. It doesn't happen overnight. But with every pill, your neurons struggle a little more. Even worse, PPIs can affect your gut microbiome, the bacteria that communicate directly with your brain through the gut-brain axis. When this balance is disturbed, you might feel anxious, depressed, or constantly tired without realizing it's connected to your digestion. What you can do? Never stop PPIs suddenly. Talk with your doctor about switching to H2 blockers, using probiotics, and reducing triggers like spicy or processed foods. Many patients regain energy and mental clarity just by restoring balance to their gut and nutrients. 2. Anti-anxiety and sleep medications, benzodiazepines. Lorazepam, diazepam, alprazolam, millions rely on them to calm nerves or fall asleep. And yes, they work quickly, but the brain soon pays the price. These pills enhance GABA, a neurotransmitter that relaxes your brain. But long-term use trains your mind to depend on the pill instead of producing calm naturally. It's like driving with the handbrake slightly on your brain, can't accelerate when it needs to. Research shows using these drugs for over 3 months increases dementia risk by 51%. 6 months or longer, and the risk rises to 84%. They also suppress deep REM sleep, the phase where your brain consolidates memories. So you may sleep, but your brain doesn't rest. I've seen patients who felt peaceful at night, yet couldn't recall basic things during the day. They weren't aging, their brains were sedated. What you can do: never stop suddenly. That's dangerous. Work with your doctor to taper doses slowly while introducing relaxation breathing, light yoga, or cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT. CBT retrains your mind to manage stress naturally, no chemical breaks needed. Even a 20-minute walk each morning improves blood flow to your brain and reduces anxiety without side effects. 3. Allergy, bladder, and sleep aids, anticholinergics. They're everywhere in cold medicine, antihistamines, bladder pills, even over-the-counter sleep aids. Common names include diphenhydramine and oxybutynin. These drugs block acetylcholine, the neurotransmitter your brain uses for memory, focus, and learning. Think of acetylcholine as your brain's premium fuel. Block it for years, and your mental engine begins to sputter. A 7-year study of 65,000 people found a 54% higher risk of dementia in those who use these medications long-term. The damage can even be irreversible if acetylcholine levels stay low for too long. Patients often say, "I know that word, I just can't find it." That's the signal. The catalog system in your brain has been disrupted. What you can do: ask your doctor if you're using any older generation antihistamines or bladder drugs. There are newer, safer versions that don't block acetylcholine. For sleep, build healthy bedtime routines, no screens before bed, a dark, quiet room, light stretching, and a glass of warm water instead of pills. 4. Blood pressure medications, calcium channel blockers. If you take amlodipine, nifedipine, or verapamil, you're certainly not alone. These medications have saved millions of lives by helping control blood pressure and protect the heart. But few people realize they can also quietly influence the brain over time. Here's why. The same calcium channels that these drugs block in your arteries, the ones that relax your blood vessels, also exist inside your brain's neurons. When those channels are restricted for too long, neuron communication slows down. Your thoughts may begin to feel heavy and sluggish, your focus starts to drift, and a quiet mental fatigue settles in without clear reason. Research has shown up to a 20% higher rate of cognitive decline among older adults who use certain calcium channel blockers for extended periods. And yet, this creates a real dilemma because high blood pressure itself is also dangerous. Uncontrolled, it increases the risk of stroke, vascular dementia, and brain damage. So the answer isn't to stop treatment, but to find the right balance that protects both your heart and your mind. What you can do: never quit on your own, it's risky for your heart and blood flow. Instead, speak with your doctor about switching to ACE inhibitors or angiotensin receptor blockers, ARBs, which have been shown to safeguard brain function while lowering blood pressure effectively. At the same time, support your body naturally. Eat potassium-rich foods like bananas, avocados, and leafy greens. Limit salt and alcohol, and walk at least 30 minutes a day. Regular movement keeps your arteries flexible, improves circulation, and feeds oxygen to your brain. Your arteries and your neurons will thank you, working together to keep your heart strong and your mind sharp. 5. Cholesterol pills, statins. Names like atorvastatin, simvastatin, and rosuvastatin are extremely common. They're among the most prescribed medications in the world, and for good reason, they effectively lower cholesterol and protect the heart. But here's what most people don't realize. While they help your arteries, they can also quietly affect your brain. Remember, your brain is made up of nearly 60% fat, and cholesterol is one of its essential building materials. Your neurons depend on it to build strong, flexible membranes and to repair damaged connections. Without enough cholesterol, brain cells can't communicate efficiently, and over time, signals between neurons become weaker and slower. Some statins can actually cross into the brain and reduce cholesterol production there. The result? Subtle but noticeable effects: foggy thinking, slower reactions, poor concentration, and more frequent memory lapses. Many older adults describe it as feeling like their mind is wrapped in cotton. In addition, statins also deplete coenzyme Q10, CoQ10, the molecule responsible for generating energy inside every brain cell. When neurons lose this energy source, it's like a city experiencing a rolling blackout. Lights flicker, systems slow, and everything struggles to function as it should. What you can do: never stop taking statins abruptly that could raise your cardiovascular risk. Instead, talk to your doctor about adjusting to the lowest effective dose for your condition. Ask whether you can supplement with CoQ10 to restore your brain's energy balance and reduce mental fatigue. Also, support your cholesterol naturally through a Mediterranean-style diet rich in salmon, nuts, olive oil, avocado, and leafy greens. These foods provide the healthy fats your neurons need to stay sharp, resilient, and well-connected. Think of every meal as an opportunity to rebuild your brain from within, nourishing both your heart and your memory at the same time. 6. The everyday hidden threat. Caffeine. Caffeine isn't a villain, but in excess, it quietly becomes one. Most of us enjoy it every morning in coffee, tea, or even chocolate, without realizing how powerfully it affects the brain. Caffeine works by blocking adenosine, the chemical that tells your brain it's time to rest. When this signal is constantly blocked, your brain never gets the message to slow down and recover. You stay awake, yes, but your mind doesn't truly repair itself. Over time, the system that manages your rest and recovery becomes confused and exhausted. Chronic caffeine use also raises cortisol, the stress hormone, narrows your blood vessels, and reduces oxygen flow to the brain. That means your neurons receive less fuel and less air, like a fire burning with too little oxygen. The result? Poor sleep, constant fatigue, mood swings, and a mental fog that never seems to lift. What you can do: keep your daily caffeine intake moderate. 2 to 3 cups before noon is usually safe for most adults. Drink plenty of water throughout the day to stay hydrated and support brain function. And try to avoid caffeine after 2 p.m. so your body can prepare naturally for deep, restorative sleep. When you allow your brain to rest, recharge, and cleanse itself each night, you wake up feeling clearer, calmer, and more focused, not just alert, but truly refreshed from within. 7. Protecting your brain. Starting today. If you're over 60, your brain still holds an extraordinary power, the power to renew itself. Even after decades of stress, medications, and daily routines, your brain can still grow new cells, reconnect lost pathways, and regain the sharpness you thought was gone forever. You can rebuild memory, focus, and mental clarity by nurturing your brain with consistent, simple habits that truly work. Review your medications regularly with your doctor. Many people take pills for years without realizing some may affect their memory or mood. A simple medication review every few months can reveal safer alternatives and protect your cognitive health for years to come. Exercise at least 30 minutes daily. Walk, swim, or practice light stretching. Movement is one of the most powerful ways to boost blood flow to your brain. Each step sends oxygen and nutrients to nourish your neurons, keeping your thinking quick and your mood positive. Even a gentle walk around the block can do more for your brain than you imagine. Eat for your brain. Include foods that protect and repair brain cells: salmon rich in omega-3s, blueberries full of antioxidants, leafy greens packed with vitamins, turmeric to reduce inflammation, and walnuts to improve focus and memory. Think of each meal as a gift to your mind. Colorful, natural foods are medicine in disguise. Sleep deeply, 7 to 8 hours every night. During deep sleep, Your brain clears out toxins and rebuilds neural connections that store memories. Good sleep isn't just rest, it's a nightly reset for your mind. Make your bedroom quiet, cool, and dark, and you'll notice how much sharper your mornings become. Challenge your mind every day. Read books, learn new skills, play music, engage in conversation, or try puzzles that make you think. Staying curious builds resilience and keeps your brain flexible. Every new experience, no matter how small, sparks fresh connections between neurons, strengthening your mental network. Your brain is not a fading candle, it's a living garden. With care, movement, and nourishment, it can bloom again even after 60, even after 80. Remember, it's never too late to sharpen your mind, improve your memory, and feel alive with clarity again. If you've been feeling forgetful lately, please remember this simple truth. Your memory isn't fading because you're old. It's fading because no one ever told you what's been quietly harming it. But now, you know. And knowing gives you the power to take control, to protect your mind, and to live each day with awareness and purpose. The moment you decide to care for your brain, everything begins to change. You think more clearly, you sleep better, you feel calmer, more confident, and more connected to the world around you. And that's not just science, it's life returning to your spirit. If this message touched you, share it with someone you love, a friend, a partner, or a family member who might need to hear it today. Together, we can build a community of wiser, stronger, and more mindful elders. And don't forget to subscribe to Elders Living Better. Every 2 days, we reveal the real science behind aging well, so your mind stays clear, your body strong, and your heart full of wisdom. Because growing older doesn't mean fading away. It means learning how to shine brighter than ever.